Much better now than what we were at the start of the week. I think we're playing well. We're getting a good read on the ice. We've been charting these rocks like crazy all week and getting a better feel for those as well. I think we're playing well. I think we're peaking at the right time. It's odd to have a game where it's do or die, and if you win, you get another life. So, that's the position we're in right now with finishing second. So, quite happy. I'm assuming we're second, are we? Okay.
Not sure if you heard it, Brad, but a fan yelled at you, "It's playoff time, Brad." Do you feel this is when you take it to the next level? Because that's what curling fans are saying, that Brad Gushue at this point of the Brier always seems to hit it.
Yeah, this was a playoff game for us. If we win, we're still alive. If we lose, we're going home. So, I felt it this morning. I had a little bit more butterflies. I wasn't able to eat as much. It's the typical stuff that I feel when it comes around playoffs, and that's why I play all year. Like I really enjoy that and get excited to have that feeling, and I certainly had it today.
What's the hardest thing about being Team Gushue in the playoffs when they're at the regions?
Everybody wants to beat us, so that's the hardest thing. I think we were talking about it before the game. I think Aaron's team went 8-0 in the draw of the button, and they were kind of middle of the pack, and we were 4-4, and we were first. So everybody's going to bring their best against you when you wear the maple leaf. And while it's a complete honor, it's also a challenge because everybody wants to beat you, and we certainly feel that. And I think come playoff time, it's going to be no different. Whoever makes the playoffs is going to want to beat us when they're playing us, and we're going to want to do the same to them.
Brad, what's this team doing well when you're playing where the percentages are where they are, like today and last game? You said it was the best game of the season.
Yeah.
What changes?
You know what? It's communication. It's really how we're throwing it, like throwing it consistent instead of just kind of trying to create shots. Like we're actually throwing it proper, so we get good reads on the rocks. We get good reads on the paths. And the speed, and then from that we draw everything. Like we get a better feel for our judge and draw weight. I get a better feel for how to call the line, and when you do that, you start making shots. So it really, for us, that's the first domino. Is if we could start throwing it true and getting good reads, then we can build up everything around that.
Yeah, I mean it's been a rough week. Obviously, what can you say? Good 10 off with a win, I guess, but disappointing for sure.
It's a humbling game, isn't it? I mean, it's another reminder that nothing's ever handed to you.
It is, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of lost. Like as a team, we didn't play good enough, and I'm just not used to. We come here, we're in contention, and we were out of contention. Early Tuesday maybe. So disappointing, but hopefully we can take something from it and learn from it, become a better team.
3 weeks, you got the Players' Championship, and it stacks up as a pretty important Players' Championship for potentially a berth in next year's Montana's Brier for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be important. I mean, the Players obviously always, probably the second best or second most important event all year as far as the competitors think. So, we won it last year, so hopefully we can, we'll take a break, try and lose this week and come back and start practicing and hopefully, come back and win. I mean, we're a better team than our record showed, but at the same time, you're only as good as your record.
Mike, you said yesterday that you wanted to set the tone in this game going into the playoffs. Did your team do that today?
Yeah, I thought Quebec played extremely well. We got fortunate, and they had a double for two to take back the lead, and that's what I wanted, though. I wanted them to play us hard, and they did. We played some really precise shots, especially late in the game, and that was perfect. Just I wanted to be pushed. Like today's a day I didn't want to take off, and just to be pushed like that, and we thought they would play well. That's the best thing for us right now at this stage because we got a little bit of a rest here. We're not playing tonight, so just I wanted to feel like we had to really earn it today.
And now flip the page to the playoffs. You got a buzz in the building this afternoon. You heard the crowd roaring. Do you revel in these moments? Is this what it's all about now, Mike?
Yeah, this is fun. I'm excited for Friday. And we put ourselves in a great position. 2 shots at it. What else can you ask for to get into the Final Four? So I'm just excited to see what the building looks like tomorrow. I think it's going to feel as good as it did opening night or better. I'm excited for this weekend.
You going to be watching tonight?
Yeah, of course. There's a few interesting games tonight. So, and unfortunately, I think there's a possibility somebody with a really good record is not going to make it through. So it's going to be interesting tonight. I think always love to see what the ice is doing in the evening when the building's been warmed up all day. There's lots of crowds, so always trying to learn something. But yeah, we'll enjoy a nice dinner, get a little bit of rest, but we'll be keeping an eye on things.
What's
Mike,
it
how
like
much?
waiting to see who your opponent is? You know.
For me, it's not a big deal because I don't look. My wife tries to say, oh, well, you know, if you go here and do this and that, you might line up. Stop. Just don't even talk to me. I'll just worry about the next game, and that's Quebec. This was last night or this morning. She was talking to me. I was like, Dawn, just I don't. My brain doesn't need to think about those things. Just who's next. And today it was Quebec, so I'm not even. I don't know. I don't think about that. I know some athletes, even on my own team, probably their brains operate in a much different way. I just love finding out like last minute. Okay, this is. I don't know. I just not something. I'm not a draw watcher of we do this. We're line up here. So I don't know. It just puts me at ease just to think about one thing at a time, and not get too far ahead of myself.
So would you say your preparation doesn't really change then, no matter who you're going to face?
No, absolutely not. Other than, you know, you have a team meeting before the game, there might be some tendencies in players that we would go up against. You know, there's obviously some amazing players that have really, really great strengths. And maybe if you can design a game plan to try to push to something that they're not as good at. Usually these players at this point in the game are good at everything, but some of them excel at certain types of shots more than others, and you might change your game plan slightly. But really right now I feel like we just got to keep within ourselves and doing our thing for the most part. It's we're not overhauling the wheel the night before the playoffs, right?
Jamie, did you think it might be over after that 8th and you gave up the 3?
Yeah. Obviously, that wasn't ideal. We had a couple shots to get out of it, didn't. So the momentum was all in their favor. But you know, I took a page out of my brother's playbook just to try to go to 10 and make sure you try to get your deuce, maybe get a chance for 3. I got the 2, and then you never know. Make him throw. So we made him throw a tough shot, and he just missed it. Right, feel for him. They played a great game, great week. But yeah, just pretty incredible moment.
Talk about the emotions you're feeling right now.
Yeah, it was just wild. Our fans came down to see us right after, right? So everyone was crying and got me going and everything. Dad's crying, and yeah, haven't seen Mom yet. She's kind of hiding in the background there somewhere. But my wife had to go home early this week, so I'm missing her right now. But wish she was here for that moment. But sure, she saw it on TV with the kids, hopefully. So.
What does it mean to you to skip a team to the playoffs again?
Oh. Yeah, it's just wild, right? Like, I mean, you looked at the pools when we got here, right? And you think, can you actually make the playoffs here? And now we actually did it, right? It's kind of a surreal moment, right? So we got it done, and we had a bad day yesterday, but we talked about, we're one win away and a little bit of help, and it just all came together.
You put your hand over your mouth when it was over. What was going on?
Well, I mean, you want to win, but you want to win on a made shot, right? It's tough to see your opponent, and I know Tyler really well, have to miss. So, they're going through the opposite emotions. So I really, really feel for them on their end, right? So it's just tough as being a competitor, know exactly what they're going through, right? So, I mean, you got to take it. Somebody's got to lose the game, and it's going to go that way. But you'd rather win a game like that on a made shot for sure.
Jamie, what does it mean to you to know that your team, your story, you are celebrated by so many curling fans across the country? They're loving the Northwest Territories this year's Brier and now into the playoffs.
It's just surreal, man. The comments we're getting around fans from here, right, let alone from the Northwest Territories and everywhere. People are rooting up for us. We're one of the underdogs, and it's just surreal the amount of support we're getting. And can't wait to look at my phone. It's probably blowing up pretty good here, but we just got to enjoy this moment and see what happens when the dust settles and who we play tomorrow.
Reflect back on that last playoff experience and 12 years ago. What do you take away from that, and or is it too far gone to even taken away.
No, for sure, and I think we talked about it all this week. Because we're the underdog, right? So there's no pressure on us. If we lose, we lose. That's fine, right? There's no pressure on us, so there's no pressure. So we can just go out and just lay it out there, see what happens at the end of the day. And if you win, just surreal, man. Let's just try to keep it going. The guys are playing so well and really battling. So hopefully we can keep it going tomorrow.
But did you not feel a bit of pressure building as the week come on and you could see your goal in sight?
Yeah, for sure. I think the day off Tuesday hurt us, and we came out yesterday, and we weren't where we were. Right, we were pretty hot on Monday, and Tuesday with the day off. So the pressure was there. You're on TSN, twice on those days, and we didn't show up, right? And but we did today, and so did they. The PI played an amazing game, right, and had us on the run there. So feel for them, but we got it done when we needed to. So that feels really good.
Does this team still have plenty left?